guys, happy Friday. Thanks for joining us at Vinousreverie Wine Merchants. Igor and Anu here. We're ready for another wine show. For the adventurous wine drinker, that's our theme. So this week we're tasting Man of War. Bellerophon, it's a Syrah from New Zealand. So why don't you go ahead, Igor, and tell me a little bit about this wine?
Well, the name of the wine, Men of War, the winery in Bellerophon, it's cool name, and we actually have a little backstory at the end of the show about that. But first, we'll start out with some of the overview of the of Syrah and of New Zealand specifically. So Syrah is one of the most noble grapes in the whole wine world. I mean, a lot of people think that along with Bordeaux, Burgundy, and Hermitage in Northern Rhone, those are the three greatest places for wine. And Bordeaux is Cabernet Sauvignon, Burgundy is Pinot Noir, and Hermitage and Côte Rôtie, the two most famous areas in Northern Rhone, it's Syrah-based wines.
Okay.
And in 2010, actually, it was the sixth most planted vine in the whole world. So.
Sounds right. Yeah. Very popular.
Yeah. And it actually comes from southeast France, from two grapes that are hardly anybody heard about. It's Mondouse Blanc, and the second was Duriza. I actually, I know Mondouse, but not even Mondouse Blanc. So it's, it has anonymous parents, but such a great grape. And there's actually two types of Syrah. There's the small berry Syrah, which is considered the more expressive version of the grape, the superior version, and it's actually called Petite Syrah. But they spelled it like Syrah, not the way California is called Petite Syrah. Those are completely two different grapes. And the other grape has larger berries, and it's called Gross Syrah, but that's the inferior.
Okay, this is hashtag wine geeking happening right now.
Yes,
okay.
yes. And, typical notes, you get berries, black pepper, violets, and meaty flavors.
Yes.
That's like the typical Syrah notes. And at its best, in Northern Rhone, it makes majestic wines that need a long time. So it's a wine that you have to age for a really long time. So very beautiful wine, and this is New Zealand's expression of it. So I'm not sure if you want to.
I'll pour you. Yeah, I got started early,
Yes.
as usual. But yeah. Okay.
And it's very exciting, and it's part of our, the final wine in our Halloween theme.
Yes.
So this is kind of has a Greek heroes. So
yeah, I have tangents on that. Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, and I think all the wines were pretty exciting.
This is actually one of my favorites for sure.
And you'll tell the tasting notes. So New Zealand, actually. Syrah is planted on 1% of the vineyards, so it's a tiny portion. So New Zealand is not really known for Syrah, and as you know, New Zealand has two islands. Right here, we got the little map going.
We're super high tech, you guys.
Yeah, so the Syrahs are the two most famous places are the Waiheke Island, which is where this Syrah is from, and Hawke's Bay. So Waiheke Island makes a more vinous expression of Syrah, more earthier notes, whereas it's more fruity on the Hawke's Bay. And like I mentioned, it's very a tiny portion of Syrah that's from New Zealand, and in the marketplace there's literally 3 or 4 Syrahs from New Zealand, and most of them are on a pretty expensive level. But Richard Hamming, who is one of the staff writers for JusticeRobinson.com,
yes.
He thinks that New Zealand Syrah is the best cool climate expression of Syrah outside of Northern Rhone.
Okay.
And he's among quite a few critics who think so. And I think a lot of their impression is much more Syrah gets imported into England than it does into U.S.
Okay.
And because I see on their data notes, a lot of wineries that I'm familiar with that U.S. gets their Pinot Noirs, then they also submit Syrahs, and the Syrahs consistently get higher scores.
Okay, but they don't make it to the U.S. as much as they do to England.
Yeah, so
okay.
I'm not sure if the importers are concerned, with bringing Syrah in, because Pinot has already kind of been promoted.
Established that Pinot from New Zealand is good, so it's branded.
Yeah.
But so this is a kind of a push from us, right? We think that the Syrah from New Zealand is excellent.
This is very exciting, yeah. and very similar. They try to replicate the Northern Rhone style.
Yep.
So cold roti, as I mentioned earlier, is the famous expression of it. And here they actually call it kiwi roti.
Yeah,
So
because aren't New Zealanders, they're called Kiwis?
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's a little tangent. So it's very exciting. 1%. So it's very, very rare,
Right.
and we're excited to have it in the store because this is the first time we brought in Syrah from New Zealand.
Okay.
So I'm excited to try it. So
Go ahead, taste it, and while you do that, I'll just have a reminder sip that I did. I don't know what that's about, but I really like this wine. This one, I was too excited to wait. So I wrote down tasting notes. I wrote down raspberry, spiced oak, cherry, almonds, floral. Got a very nice herbal finish. This is a sophisticated wine. White pepper. It's meaty. It's mushroomy. I thought it was just absolutely spectacular.
Yeah.
And in case you needed more than my confirmation of that, Janice Robinson, British wine critic who we follow, she gave it 17.5 points out of 20, which is a very high score. Wine Enthusiast gave it 90 points, and Decanter gave it 94 points. So a lot of critical reviews for this wine. Very good. What do you think?
Oh, this is excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The notes you were talking about and that famous smoked bacon
Oh
on
yeah,
the palate.
smoky and
Yeah.
meaty. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. This is a steak wine, so I definitely think that
Yeah.
that would be fantastic. We don't have steak tonight, but we're gonna have it tomorrow.
And on my tangent, it's funny when we first opened the store. Probably my favorite red wine was Southern Rhone. Like Chateauneuf du Pape,
Yeah.
Grenache-based wines. But now I think I shifted north because after I've been tasting more and more Northern Rhone Syrahs, and this is pretty close to it. These are spectacular wines.
Yeah.
And it's much smaller appellation than Southern Rhone. So kind of supply and demand. They're definitely much more expensive wines than the Southern Rhone, but I think they are, noble, majestical wines. So
Yeah, very sophisticated. And
Yeah.
I don't want to put too much stock into a name, but it just looks like a very sophisticated bottle of Man of War. I mean, it's very nice. And so can I go on my tangent yet? I
Yes.
have 3 tangents, so we gotta keep track of them. So tangent 1,
Yes.
I was like, "What is Man of War?" I didn't know what the meaning of the name of the winery was all about. So I guess maybe it's Portuguese Man of War. I didn't know what that was, but maybe you're familiar. It's a type of sea creature that's similar to a jellyfish. It looks super surreal. It looks like some sort of alien creature. I wish that you guys could see this. I'm probably not doing a good job, but you definitely have to look up what Portuguese Man of War looks like. They have tentacles that go from 30 to 165 feet long. So very strange jellyfish-like creature. It's poisonous, and they don't say that it's like one creature because they travel in colonies of up to 1,000. So super funky, very interesting, very unique creature. And I don't know if the winery is really named after this, but I just thought it was such an interesting name, and that's all I could find was that perhaps it's named after the sea creature. So.
I mean, he's pretty clever, almost as clever as vinousreverie, I mean.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I mean, perhaps. But anyways, that's tangent 1. Thanks for letting me go on that one. Yeah. But, very, the other part of their name is Bellerophon, so.
Of this cuvee.
This is the winery is called Man of War, but this cuvee is called Bellerophon.
Yeah, because they have other Syrah-based cuvées, and they have different names. So this particular is Bellerophon, yes.
Okay, so naturally I had to go down another tangent, which was what does Bellerophon mean? So apparently in Greek mythology, Bellerophon, let me pull my notes up so I don't get any of this wrong. He is a Greek hero, and he was basically the slayer of monsters. But a key part of the story was, let me kind of explain, what the whole, TLDR version of Bellerophon was. So he was exiled, and he was under the care of a king, I guess, and the queen was into him, but he rejected her. Mm-hmm. And so anyways, drama ensued, and the king couldn't kill him because he was a guest, so he exiled him out of the kingdom and sent him on an errand to kill Chimera, which is that half lion beast.
Yes.
And he assumed that, Bellerophon wouldn't be able to kill the Chimera.
Yes.
But Bellerophon was given advice, and that advice was to go and tame Pegasus and get his assistance on, killing and slaying Chimera. So that is my tangent.
So to jump in, which is so funny because when you were doing the research and you used the word tame, I'm pretty confident that it's actually a connection between Syrah, the name of this cuvee, uh, because just like in Coroti, this wine is actually 97% Syrah and 3% Viognier. And in Northern Rhone, they use Viognier to tame the harshness that Syrah sometimes imposes on itself. So it kind of softens the wine. So I think that's the connection between, why they.
Because Bellerophon
Yeah.
tamed Pegasus,
Yeah.
Viognier in this blend tames the Syrah.
I believe there's a connection. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I wish the winery would reach out and confirm that for us, but
They
we'll see.
should if they want us to continue to sell it.
Well, it's a really good wine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, let me tell you a little bit about the winery, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So they were founded in 1993. We just showed them the map, right? The high-tech map we had. So it's off an island off New Zealand. I've always wanted to go to New Zealand, and it's a very beautiful property. I'm talking phenomenal beaches, cliffs. Their tasting room is on the beach. And it's on, they have a 4,500 acre family farm. They grow olives. They have beehives.
Biodiverse.
Biodiverse.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of their property is actually like just forests, preserved. So definitely one of the wineries that I want to go to, and I definitely want to go to New Zealand in general. So
Yeah.
I hope it'll happen soon.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Right now we can only enjoy this spectacular wine, and it's funny as you were kind of going on your tangents. That Syrah was extended finish.
Yeah.
It was just sitting on my palate. Man, this has an extended finish.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah.
This is a really great steak wine. It's got enough acidity to balance kind of the richness of steak. So
Yeah.
yeah.
A noble grape. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I think a bunch of cool information and a spectacular wine to boost. So I think it kind of ended our Halloween month with maybe the most exciting wine of the whole flight.
Yeah, well, we designed it that way. This is my favorite, so I wanted to finish with
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. Definitely check out Man of War. It's one of my personal favorites. And, happy Halloween. Stay safe. And we'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Happy Halloween, guys. Have a good one. Bye.